Okay, continuing on with our test review, this will be part 2. Problem 9 says, given the information in problem 7, write the linear equation in standard form. So in problem 7, our answer in slope-intercept was y equals 2x minus 11. So now in standard form, recall standard form is ax plus by equals c. So take this and move it into standard form. We just need x and y on the same side. So I'm going to take this 2x over to the other side. Anytime a term crosses the equal sign, our shortcut is we move it over there and change its sign. So now it's negative. Everything else stays the same. You can accomplish the same thing by subtracting 2x from both sides. We're just to the point now where we can shortcut these steps. Okay, now it looks good, except proper standard form says my x term must be positive. So our shortcut rule for that is just change the signs of everything. So 2x becomes positive, y becomes negative, the negative 11 now becomes positive. So 2x minus y equals 11 would be the answer to problem 9. Problem 10, do the same thing only with the answer from problem 8. So in problem 8 we got y equals 4/5 x plus 16/5. That was slope-intercept form. So in standard form we just take this term to the opposite side, and that would give us a negative 4/5 x. Y stayed, so it's still positive. 16/5 stayed on the right side, so it keeps its sign. So all we did is subtract this 4/5 x from both sides. The shortcut is we just move it over and change its sign. Okay, now we need proper standard form here. Proper standard form says my x term needs to be positive and I cannot have any fractions anywhere in the problem. So the shortcut to take care of all of that in one step would be to multiply the whole equation by a negative. That will cancel that negative, that's what I want. And by 5 to cancel these divide by 5s. Multiplying by 5 is the opposite of dividing by 5, which is what these denominators are doing. So if I multiply every term by this negative 5, I will accomplish my goal, writing it in proper standard form. So this first term would become, again, the negative and the negative, the 5 and the 5 all cancel in this first term, so I'm just left with the 4x. Negative 5 times y, subtract 5y. Negative 5 times 16/5, the 5 will cancel, the negative stays, so it goes in front of that 16, so negative 16. So here it is in proper standard form. Now problem 12, same thing. We're given point and slope, so we'll write it in point slope first. So that would be y plus 1 equals slope is 2 times the quantity x minus 2. Okay, remember, again, these signs are opposite. The slope stays, it keeps its sign. Okay, so we want slope-intercept, so we distribute so we can see what we're working with. Y plus 1 equals 2x minus 4. Now subtract the 1 so that y will be by itself. That's the goal of slope-intercept. So y equals 2x. Negative 4 minus 1 is minus 5. So there it is in slope-intercept form. Alright, problem 13 on your review. Write the slope-intercept form, standard form, and point slope form of the line graph below. Use the point negative 4, 1 when graphing the point slope form. Okay, so we have the point negative 4, 1, and then we have a y-intercept of 4. So what I'm going to do is write it in slope-intercept first. So I know that the y-intercept is a positive 4 here, and I can count my slope. It's up 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So the slope is 3/4 up 3 over 4, and my y-intercept, b, is 4. So slope-intercept will be easy. It's y equals 3/4 x plus 4. From there, I can write my point slope, and the problem says use the point negative 4, 1 for point slope. So that would be y subtract 1 equals my slope is 3/4. I found that from the graph, times the quantity x plus 4. Now in standard form, I'll start with my slope-intercept, y equals 3/4 x plus 4, and take this term and move it to the other side. That takes me to negative 3/4 x plus y equals 4. We just moved this over, it became negative. Now proper standard form, no negatives, no fractions. So I need to multiply everything in this problem by negative 4. So all terms get multiplied by this negative 4, and that would the negative and this 4 and this 4 will cancel, so I'm just left with the 3x there for that one. So 3x, we'll write it up here in the standard form box, so 3x. Negative 4 times y is minus 4y. That equals negative 4 times 4, negative 16. So there is all three forms for problem 13. Alright, problem 14 and 15. Write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line described. Okay, through this point and parallel to this line. So with parallel and perpendicular, it's all about the slope. The slope of this line is 1. There's an implied 1 in front of x there. So if I'm parallel to that line, I'll also need a slope of 1. So now I have slope and I have a point, so I'll write it in point slope first. So y subtract 2 equals 1 times the quantity x subtract 2. Okay, they want it in slope-intercept, so I need y by itself, so I'll distribute here to see what I'm working with. So y subtract 2 equals 1 times x is x, 1 times negative 2 minus 2. Add the 2. So we get y equals x. The 2's cancel. So y equals x. That's actually the linear parent function. Okay, in number 15, through 3, 1 perpendicular to y equals 1/2 x. So it's all about the slope. The slope here is 1/2, so the perpendicular slope to 1/2 would be negative 2 over 1, or just negative 2. You flip it over, that's the reciprocal, you change its sign, so it becomes negative. So opposite reciprocals for perpendicular lines. So now I have point, I have slope, I'll write it in point slope first. So y subtract 1 equals m negative 2 times the quantity x subtract 3. They want it in slope-intercept, so I need to distribute here. See what I'm working with? Y minus 1 equals negative 2x plus 6. Slope-intercept, just y by itself, so I'm going to add this 1 so that I get y completely by itself. Y equals negative 2x plus 7 would be our answer there. Alright, now for problem 16 and 17. 16 says, given f of 4 equals 1 and f of negative 8 equals 4, write the slope-intercept form of the line. Okay, they're just giving me 2 points here. Remember our function notation, it's f of x equals y. So this first point right here is just 4, 1. The x is here, the y is here. This point right here would be negative 8, 4. So now I just have 2 points, so I'll get the slope next from those 2 points. So that would be, label them, x1, y1, x2, y2. So that would be 4 subtract 1 over negative 8 subtract 4. So 4 minus 1, 3, negative 8 minus 4, negative 12. Reduce that would be negative 1 over 4. So my slope is negative 1/4. I'll go ahead and write it using that point right there, this point, in point slope. So y subtract 1 equals negative 1/4 times the quantity x subtract 4. Scroll down a little. They want it in slope-intercept, so I need to distribute. So y subtract 1 equals negative 1/4 x plus 1. Negative 1/4 times negative 4 would be a plus 1. Add the 1 to both sides, so y is by itself, and scroll down some more. So that would be y equals negative 1/4 x plus 2 would be our answer there in slope-intercept form. Okay, now for 17. Given that y varies directly with x, already I'm thinking this, y equals kx. That's my direct variation form. Use the specified values to write a direct variation equation that relates x and y. X is 15 and y is 5. So when x is 15, y is 5. Okay, so fill in the formula. The form for direct variation, y equals kx. I know that y is 5, that's given above, k I don't know yet, and x is 15. So just solve for k. So I divide by 15 on both sides. 5 over 15 reduces to 1/3. So k is 1/3. So I'll write k here. And then my equation is just y equals, k is 1/3, so 1/3 x. Y equals 1/3 x. It's in this form. Y equals kx. We found k to be 1/3. That's all you do on that one.